What's up? My name's Mark Manson, author of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, and everybody wants to know, how do you not give a fuck? Well, here's the secret. The secret is you have to give a fuck. You have to care. You have to care about something. If you try not to care about anything, guess what? That's caring about something. Now, here's the thing. People who wish they gave fewer fucks, that people who are stressed and anxious and freaking out all the time, you know what their problem is? The problem's not that they're anxious or stressed. It's not that they're freaking out. It's that they don't have anything better to freak out about. I mean, think about it, right? Like, let's say you're really upset because, I don't know, so-and-so at work doesn't like you. They said a few mean things. Now, let's imagine your mother has cancer. How important is that person's opinion? That's right, it's not. So shut the fuck up and get over it.
I think people get this book wrong. Mark isn't saying that you don't give a fuck about anything. He's saying that the key task in life is to figure out what you should give a shit about and what you shouldn't give a shit about. What matters and what doesn't matter. And this is what the Stoics say. They call this the dichotomy of control. What's up to you and what's not up to you. You care deeply about the things that are up to you, that you control. And then everything else you have to be indifferent about. And so I think people, they don't like that word indifferent, just like they don't like the idea of not giving a fuck. But why else would you expend time and energy about things that don't matter, about things that aren't up to you? In that, I think this book is actually a deeply Stoic book. I know Mark doesn't identify as a Stoic, but there's a lot of Stoicism in that idea. There's a reason this book sold millions and millions of copies. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck is about this deeply philosophical idea of separating things into the category of what matters and what's important and what's up to you, and the things that are not important, that are not up to you, and therefore you shouldn't give a fuck about them, even if other people think they are really, really important.
5 principles I learned from The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. The greatest truths are often the least pleasant to hear. Don't compare yourself to others, instead ask what standards you measure yourself by. What you value is what you prioritize. Uncertainty is the root of all progress and growth. Action produces motivation, not the other way around. Let me know if you've read this book.
I read The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, so you don't have to. Part 2. Chapter 2. Happiness is a problem. Suffering is inevitable. Both the rich and poor have money problems. So don't hope for no problems. Happiness comes from solving them. So choose the most meaningful struggle that gives the most growth.
3 key lessons from The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. 1. You and everyone you know are going to be dead soon. If you go around giving a fuck about everything without conscious thought, then you're going to get fucked. 2. Being open with your insecurities paradoxically makes you more confident and charismatic. 3. Suffering is biologically useful. It's nature's preferred agent for inspiring change.
What is your favorite quote?
My favorite quote is from David Foster Wallace. He said, "You'll stop worrying so much what other people think of you when you realize how seldom they do."
I read The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, so you don't have to. Part 1. Chapter 1. Don't try. The more you fixate on what you want, the more you feel as if you lack. So accept where you are and take the weight off your shoulders. Feel comfortable being different and embrace adversity, all whilst not trying.
Stop giving a fuck, or stop caring about so many things. Caring about things isn't necessarily a bad thing, it just means we're invested in the situation. We want things to go well in life, and that's okay, but caring about things can lead us to stressing and worrying about things that might go wrong. There's things in life where we can control, there's things in life that we can't control, and in the middle there's things that matter. Those are the things that you should care about. So stop giving a fuck about the little things. Hope this helps, and as always, peace.
Here are the key lessons from The Subtle Art of Not Giving Up by Mark Manson. Check it out.